All right. What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? My name is Jeffery Scott Mitchell. My mouse just fell on the floor, which doesn't mean nothing. I stopped and paused the video because I wanted to touch on this, and I want it to be a subject to be up front where you didn't have to, wait 15 minutes to get to the subject. I was thinking, over all my thinkings, one of the biggest thinkings that I've had that kind of hit and this kind of resonates really powerfully with me was the idea that there can be nothing greater than a person becoming the person that they always want to be. A person actually becoming the person that they always want to be. I struggle, and I've been thinking about that over and over to see if that could be, if anything can overrule that. Because I think that might be, overrule might not be the word, but I think that might be the highest, most precious thing. I really can't think of anything higher or more precious than a person becoming the person that they want to be. Actual self-actualization. I mean, because see, in this, the way you say that means every person is probably can be different, and it's up to the individual. A lot of my ideas about happiness and how happy someone is and how to gauge it and maybe even quantify it it has to be based on what the individual wants and desires for themselves. So a lot of times I'm thinking that question probably can't even be answered only by someone unto themselves and for themselves. So when I say happiness is based on how many of the things you desire that you have, or how many things that you desire that you don't. Some people want to travel. Some people want to scuba dive. Some people want to climb mountains. Your happiness is based on your passions and the things that you want to do, and how much of those things that you feel satisfied in, I'm guessing will probably gauge your happiness. Based on your Maslow's hierarchy, lower foundation of safety, physical safety, and mental health, and mental and physical well-being. That could probably be a desire for you. But either way, you can't, the whole point is that one person can't say whether another person is happy or not, because all that is based on what the individual wants and desires for themselves. So when I say there could be nothing greater to an individual than that individual achieving what they want, what they desire. And if you think about it, we're all individuals. We all have fairly unique thinking mechanisms in our brains and personalities. And we're all very somewhat, if not completely individualistic. So each little brain or each person is going to have their own idea of what they want, what they desire, what they passion, what they like, what they don't like. And not only that, they'll have their own version of reality. So each person, each conscious being, as far as we know, and I say as far as we know because we don't know if, lower consciousness, how they process things. So as far as we go, we can make certain decisions based on our conscious awareness, or some people say the illusion of self, that we actually can distinguish ourselves from other people, things around us. We could actually point out that we are a separate entity, or that we're separate from things around us due to consciousness. So, like I said, if you get to that person, if you're born, your brain develops, your environment, evolution, whatever, and you decide, and you grow up, and you can be, and you evolve into the person you want to be, I think that's That's probably about as good and it's about as high as you can possibly get on this planet. If you think about it. You know, because if some people say, oh, servitude, helping others, saving this, serving that, et cetera, et cetera. But if that's not what you want to do, see, that's where the whole becoming what you want comes back. If it's your thing to serve humanity, if it's your thing to save whales, if it's your thing to, you know, do this or do that, that's what you do. That's your inclination, that's your desire, and you can become the person that you want to be. Now, having said that, and probably went on too long about it, another idea had just came up to me to where I started to notice, or it became obvious to me, or I recognized that I'm being rewarded for being the person that I always wanted to be. I am being rewarded just for being the person that I always wanted to be. Just for being Jeffrey. Now, what does rewarded mean? I could probably go into it and say that there are extraordinary things that happen to me because I'm being me. And this, again, something that I should recognize. Something that it may benefit me to recognize this and acknowledge it. So when I walk in a room with my ego in check, hopefully, thinking, oh, no, I don't want to say it that way. I won't walk into a room thinking, oh, I'm about to be rewarded for doing, for just being me. It doesn't happen that way. I just be me. And the previous experience puts me in a state of mind that, well, okay, we did this last time, here's what happened. Okay, remember last time we did this? When we walked into a room and we acted this way? And we remember how that made us feel, the reactions we got. And if I'm being rewarded, the actions coming back are positive. It's like I used to say about the pretty cat. Some cats walk in a room saying, I know, I'm just based on their experience. Just based on their life experience. They know when they walk in a room, human beings have usually, oh, look at you, so pretty, come here, let me hold you. So they walk in the room, they expect that. Just walk in the room, they don't know any different. Like, oh, it's like the pretty girl in a bar. Well, with human beings, how we'll turn it up. We see somebody that looks too pretty, we'll ignore them. But you know what I mean. It's conditioning from your environment. So if I walk into a room and I've been rewarded for being Jeffrey, being a little bit over the top, being a little bit more expressive, just being a little bit more, not over the top, just outgoing and free with it, just relaxed and not so uptight, or whatever it is that I do. I don't know. And I'm being rewarded for it. Maybe the highest thing there is for a person to become the person that they always wanted to be. And within that, you probably could say be and do and go and places they wanted to see and things they want to accomplish. You can put all that in there. And not just the personality and the disposition and the worldview and the overall, just general idea of a person, how they handle life and stuff, but actual materialistic, events and places and stuff could also be included in that. Not just, intellect or disposition or understanding, that stuff. So, I mean, that right there is probably, I really can't think of nothing too much higher than that. I really cannot think of anything too much higher than that. Than becoming the person that you've always wanted to be, and or being rewarded just for being yourself. That may be the zenith of my philosophical life and career, whatever. That may be the highest point, because it's not money. It's not money. It's not possessions. It's not going here, going there. Those are symptoms, or those are effects. Those are byproducts of the real. Those are just byproducts of the real, stuff that's going on. Well, there you go. There's my 28 minutes. I dropped the mouse on the floor. See, I got the mouse now. See, watch how long it takes me to take this off. Now watch, it's gonna come right off. I knew it was gonna come right off that time. Anyway, that's about it. I didn't do my swinging on y'all, huh? All right. So anyway, I forgot where I was, but I just wanted to swing on y'all 2 times. For me, and for the funk. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed, any atom that ever was in this, or any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all. A theory of universe, a hypothesis of all as one. When it's all said and done, what does this all mean? We will never know. And since we don't know, we have the power and the freedom and the capability, because of conscious awareness, to determine the reason and goal, if not for this universe, for ourselves. We each have the ability to determine what it is and what it was and what it shall be about ourselves in this reality, of this reality, and for this reality. My name is Jeffery.